Peace and blessings. Uh, Rooftop situation. I'm at the JO. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the occupation. So, first of all, yeah. Always, always keep your money inside of uh, a money clip. That money clip right there is silver. So, and this happened from the job. You know what I'm saying? So, you put your money inside a silver. You drape it around a silver money clip or the gold money clip because you know money has its own energy, own vibration. So with that being said, we keep it covered. We keep it with gold or silver. Yeah, we keep it with gold or silver. So anyway, that's not my well, not even anyway, but that's not my my reason for reaching out. So people that know me know that I don't waste my time, and I'm not gonna hop on here if I don't have nothing to say. So what we do is we're addressing Solomon today. So we know that Solomon was granted everything that we would possibly want from life. You know what I'm saying? Like over 1,000 marriages. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. So, and I want to keep this brief too. So, I have no choice but to keep it brief. So, we know that Solomon could have made a prayer to so many different variations of his life, mainly financial. He could have increased for that, even though he was wealthy. But he had the presence of spirit to know that he had to pray for discernment and administrative, no, that sounds wrong too. Administering justice. So, hey, yeah, pardon all that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, this is imperfection, and I'm an ordained minister, and people, but that's a whole. I'm gonna stay on point. So, he prayed for administrative, because administrative. I believe that's it. He prayed for that. Administrative. No, that doesn't sound right. Administrative sounds judicial. But I do know that the word minister is in there. Administer. So it might be that. Administer. Administer judgment is what he prayed for. And, well, you can look it up, read it. Fact check. Do what you have to do, your due diligence. But I'm using my spirit right now to connect with Solomon heavy, because it's crazy. For so much of my life, I've always prayed for wealth, and that substantial wealth has eluded me. And now I'm like, now I came back to the Bible. See, I was in the Bible heavy, and when I was in the Bible heavy, well, not heavy, but when I was Christian, I had it wasn't a crucifix, but it was Jesus with his arms formed, and I had bezeled diamonds going around like a shawl, going around him. So it wasn't a cross, it was the depiction of a man formulated as a cross. So now we know that even with that being said, that was incorrect. But I go to church one day, and I was going to Bethany, I was going to Bethany. And when I came out of Bethany Baptist Church, I got pulled over. And I got like 14 tickets. Now, I was riding, like I shouldn't have been riding, but I was like, wow, I just came from church and I'm going to get pulled over and get all these tickets. So that was the last time I went back to church. I didn't know that that was a plan and play of the devil. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that that's what that was about. So, needless to say, I denounced anything to do with Christianity then. You know what I'm saying? With my actions. Maybe not from my words, but my actions did. And that's when my life was like, phew, it went a whole different direction. So I'm telling you that when you're on this journey, don't allow a setback or things that you deem as a setback to sway you from Christianity. Because you can ruin everything and miss and block your entire blessing. Miss and block your entire blessing, your entire blessed life, not your best life, your blessed life. You know what I'm saying? So now, it was one time I went to prison for selling drugs, and I'm sitting up there and I'm like, hold on. I get in prison and everybody, I'm at the table, we playing cards, and they're like, yo, what's your religion? And I said, I'm Christian. And they're like, Christian? I said, yeah, I love Jesus. And they all started laughing at me. So they was like, yo, man, you don't know that all this Antichrist stuff started coming. I was hit with a barrage. So I'm like, you know what? They right, because how could I be locked up if this person cared about me? So I started learning Islam, and I became Abdul Yusuf. Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So that was my walk. And I mean, I was dealing so hard. I had other Muslims that wanted to fight me because it was this one dude from North Jersey named Hassan. We used to call him Haas. And he was a good cat. We started off as a good cat, but I'm towards the end of my bed and about to come home, so we're in the dorms. So his bed was right across from mine. It's past my footlocker, and then the little walkway, and then his bed. So he was like a neighbor. Not a bunkie, but you know what I'm saying? Damn near like it. So he sees me deaning hard, going to sleep with all this dalil, which is information, books to be read, papers, words on paper. So I'm going to bed like this every night, reading hadiths. Hadiths are Muslim notes, Muslim sayings, different things like that in a book. I'm studying Prophet Isa, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I was studying Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, the interesting thing about Islam is that one of the pillars, when I took my Shahada, I took my Shahada on the street by my best friend that passed away, Griff. His girlfriend, Safia, she helped me learn about Islam first. She taught me with a red Quran. And you never know how everything plays out and why it plays out, because our God is a jealous God. He doesn't play that. So speed up a few months down the road, I end up getting incarcerated. So now I'm learning Islam. I took my Shahada, and I'm like, hold on. So they're like, one of the most important things is you have to put Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which means peace and blessings, upon them and their loved ones, however, but you have to say that for Prophet Isa. And I'm like, well, who is Prophet Isa? And they're like, oh, Prophet Isa is Jesus. Well, I said, hold on, fam, you just ridiculed me and laughed at me when I'm thinking about when I was at the table playing cards. I'm like, hold on, y'all laughed at me. It was Christian Schmistian, look at him. Look at Bible boy, you know what I'm saying? Got real disrespectful, and you know what I'm saying? Not disrespectful, because I was always a nice height, and I was always real with mine. I was always real with mine, and I didn't do a lot of talking, and I still don't do a lot of talking. And get away with the misconception that Christians is pussies. Y'all about to see a whole other light. You're not even prepared for this light you're about to see. Because I'm telling you, that true love of Jesus, It will put something inside you. It'll put something inside you. So, not to deviate, but just to let people know, like, stop looking at Christians like they pushovers. That shit is yesteryear. So, when I'm feeling, well, when I see that the energy had completely shifted around Prophet Isa, I'm thinking like, Islam, they say Allah, Allahu Akbar, and Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. My taqwa was there. They said you have to have fear of Allah. So I said, okay, I'm gonna work on my taqwa. I got my taqwa strong, and I have my fear of Allah. But I'm like, hold on. Why do I have to say Prophet Isa if I'm Muslim? I thought the whole ideology was to leave Christianity, not join something that one of the strongest pillars that you can survive in it successfully serving is to witness love, admire, respect, and wish for peace and blessings to come to Prophet Isa, Jesus. So I'm like, hold on. So it didn't hit me till later that everything that bad happened to me was a test for me. When I got locked up and sent to prison from being downtown, I was with people that got life in prison. They got life in prison. My nigga Pooh, keep your head up, beloved. Sometimes you learn your lesson even when you hear the word life. But I come up around these people and they from the same area. So not only did I not get life in prison, not only was I not doing the most to get life in prison, but when you out there in that life hugging the block, and I was out there 3:10 in the morning by myself. So I was always bugged out, just like, what was I even doing then? Now this is just after coming off losing a good friend of mine, Randy Willer, rest in light. Randy Willer. We all from the same area. We was downtown Camden where I was hustling at. So Randy, they found him in the trunk of his car. And I'm like, oh man, nobody don't deserve that, especially him, man. He had a beautiful spirit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That was my bro, man. He was a good dude, man. And they found him in his trunk because he was getting money. He knew how to get money. He was draped in jewelry and kept, I don't know, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 on him at all time. All we seen was Yo MTV Raps. Big Tigger and them, 106 in Park, and had dreams and aspirations of that, and didn't know that you go to prison and you die behind this thing, or you get put in a hospital, you get paraplegic, all different type of things. So sometimes you think that your worst that you going through was Jesus' fault, and he was just like saying, yo, listen, I could have let you stay out there 3-something in the morning because eventually you got to know what was gonna happen, and I had money. As my minister was money. I was the minister of money. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know anything about fear. I'm just out there by myself, hugging the block. So then, right before I got arrested, the same night I got arrested, a brother comes up to me who for other reasons will remain nameless, but he comes up to me and he gives me an opportunity to buy Readies. This was Ready as crack. And this was when I was a teenager. So you see that snow, see that snow right there. So it was a very long time ago. Put it like that. And I served my time for it, put it like that. So he gave me this opportunity to buy this product that he had. And it was only a couple. He was just trying to get a couple extra dollars. And this brother was in that life, and he was known for being in that life, and he was known for hurting a lot of people. But I had no fear at this time. I had no fear. The last thing I was thinking about was fear. So he's there, and he gives me this opportunity, like, listen, I got this right here. All I want is this. I thought, okay, come up. So I gave him the money that he wanted for that, but it was soap. So I gave the soap to a person that was indulging in crack heavy, something I shouldn't have been doing, making teenage mistakes. But I give it to the brother, and next thing I know, I didn't know that I'm being watched. So this brother, he must have been a professional snitch or whatever, but whatever he did, he set me up. They came and got me. They launched an attack on me. I got arrested like 3:30 in the morning. I'm out. I'm on the block, so I get arrested. I run. They catch me, and so I'm up there. I done turned my back on Jesus, and I didn't even have to because he saved my life. How fucking stupid of me to turn my back on something that always loved me, and I turned my back. Knowing now that I serve a very jealous God, a very vengeful God, and he don't play those games. Don't play those games. So now I know that there's a different mentality that you have to have. That's why a lot of y'all won't even get it until you get to the halfway mark of your life. That's where you'll really put it together. When you get to the halfway point of your life. When you like, now I can put it together. So my main point is, sometimes y'all getting beaten in the head by these other religions, people with the different religions, and every religion is centered around Christ. You have to have that Christ consciousness no matter what. And why is that? You can talk about so many different things, but when you say it's something about Jesus, boy, I mean, people come with the disrespect, they come with everything. They shooting up churches. Why they shooting these churches up? These motherfuckers are shooting these churches up because they know it's a connection that we have with Jesus. So now it's time to become a warrior. Like, know what? You stay on your warrior's grind. So stop allowing society to dictate your path in life, especially your spiritual path. Because I'm gonna let you know, man, I was working the other day. I'm covered in dirt and all this. And I seen a Cadillac Escalade. And the Cadillac Escalade, it was nice. I said, whoo. I was like, yo, I called forth, I said, God, grant me intercession. I said, Jesus, take a message up to your Father, will you, please, for me. I said, intercession is prayer warfare. So it brings protection to your prayers, like protective angels, warrior angels. So I said, I would like that, a Cadillac Escalade right there. You know, I would like to navigate through that, through my travels with that. Yo, next thing I know, a voice, it was a white guy, and he says, we need you to, he said, do I have to move? And I'm like, nah, you good right there. He's like, okay, because I talked to people inside, and they said they'll let me know if I have to move because I may be blocking a little bit of y'all. I said, nah, you good. I said, don't worry about it. So he was like, oh, wow. I said, yo, the strange part is, as you said that to me, I was just praying. I said I was literally praying to Jesus to own a vehicle like that. And he was like, dude, I'll give you the keys right now. You can spin it around the block. And I got a witness. You know, one of the managers was there. So I'm just like, spin it around the block. He like, yeah, take it around the block. But I'm working, so I couldn't just do that. But you know what? I really could have, and I should have. Because at that moment, when you pray for something and it instantaneously takes place in your life. I went from praying about a black Escalade to about to drive a black Escalade. And the guy was like, it's a 2016, I just got it. I'm like, wow, the body structure design, it looks nice. It don't look like uh it don't look like a regular Cadillac Escalade. It was nice. I can't even front. It was nice. It was something I was like, yo, I could see me in it as a chariot. So we have power when you ask God to grant you intercession. Because you have to ask God to grant you intercession, because intercession is prayer warfare. And we have to have that. You have to have prayer warfare when you pray. You sending your prayers up naked. So I use intercession. That's just what I use to get this done. And that's some sauce. That's some sauce, because you can use it and it's effective. As a Christian, you can't play no games. You can't even listen to somebody talk bad about Jesus. You can't even listen to that. Islam, they call it shirk. You can't even listen to that. So I'm letting you know that this is a real special time right now. I don't know if y'all can feel the temperature, but it's a spiritual temperature. Oh, this thing is different. Oh, this thing is different. And guess what? You don't have to have a lot of people. All you gotta have is that power source. That power source will get you everything and anything you need. And we tapped in. We tapped into that power source. When you really want to get with it and figure out what's going on, go up in Isaiah 60. Go up in Isaiah 60, and he'll tell you why you're going through anything in your life that you're going through. Isaiah 60 was smelling salt under my nose. When I read that, every hair on my body stood up in that attention. Every hair. It was like he was talking to me. And then I said, God, I'm going through something right now. I feel like I'm just being attacked. I feel like my soul was being pulled from my body. So I just had the feeling that I was dying. And I said, God, I need to hear your voice. I activated. I said, God, grant me intercession. Jesus, please ask your Father, deliver this message to your Father. Tell your Father I need help. Something is going on. It feels like my soul is leaving my body. I done pissed off a lot of people in my life, and I done did, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know who's, I definitely, sometimes you're on people's altar, and not in a good way. Nobody's putting you on their altar to wish you good. The only time you make somebody's altar appearance is when you're dead and they're doing some ancestral stuff for you, or if somebody's trying to block your money, your wealth, your love, your joy, your reason for living, your reason for even waking up in the morning. That's why when we wake up, you're supposed to go immediately into prayer. So that's what I'm doing. So, but my main point is that if you want to know why you're at the position in your life and why things that you really deem as negative has taken place, just touch base with Isaiah 60. But so as I'm praying and as I activated God, as I said, God, I need you to grant me intercession for my prayers. As I say that, then I was instructed somehow, close your eyes. Close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, allow your finger, open the Bible without looking, and just allow your finger to guide you over to a page and then let your finger guide you to where you're supposed to start reading it. So I did it. Because I said, God, I need to hear your voice. I activated intercession. I asked God to grant me intercession. Then I asked Jesus to carry this message up to his Father, because that's what he does. He carries messages to his fathers. So I said, I need to find out what's going on in my life. I need to hear your voice, God. I said, I need you to talk to me. And next thing I know, I was directed to go to Psalms 109. It took me to I had my eyes closed, and it took me to a page, and then I moved my finger over. Then I moved my finger over. It's so deep even talking about it. But when I did it, it took me to Psalms 109. Psalms 109 is basically like the motherfuckers that you pray for is praying for your death. So the people that you around, the people that you eating food with, the people that you know what I'm saying, you making love to, they praying for your death. And you're like, well, why would people do that? There's a lot of mental illness going around. And plus, you know, people are offended. There's a lot of pride going around, and people get highly offended over these things with this pride. So now I know what I must do. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear that voice from God saying that. Psalms 109, I'm like, what? That was powerful. That was powerful for me. Man, that was life-changing for me. Because I was in a tough situation, man. I was in a tough situation. I was in an ugly situation. I was in an ugly situation. Fuck, tough. This situation was ugly. And next thing I know, right after that, things started to dramatically change. So I'm telling y'all, when you want it to change, stay up on Isaiah 60, Psalms 109, Psalms 27, John 14. John 14 is a beast. That's where Jesus stopped talking. He started talking to people like, listen, man, didn't I just, you seen me do this and you seen me do that, and you still talking about you want to see the Father? He like, yo, man, when you see the Father, you see me. When you see me, you see the Father. Don't get disrespectful. He said, basically, I got to go because the prince of this world is coming. And I don't want you to get it fucked up, because I'm not scared. But the prince of this world is coming, and my Father just told me to come to the crib. So I'm going to the crib now, because my Father said it. But I'm not scared of the prince of this world. He has no power over me. So basically, he's telling us, as a believer, as a Christian believer, he has no power over you. You give him power with your weak words. You give him power putting your spouse over him. He want to be number one in your life. Not by means of no cross, or not by means of pictures of him. Nah, because you can mess around and pick up a cursed object. So I just wanted to come on here. I didn't even want this to be this long, but you know, his will be done. Peace and blessings.